Their blind eyes were all-seeing as they sought Charlie Deffer even behind walls of stone and bars of steel, and their dead limbs pursued, and bony, bleached white fingers reached out to ensnare him for their custodian of the dead.
The dead have come for you, Charlie Deffer. Get away. Don't stare at me through those empty eye sockets. You'll never get me. Never.
The gravestones stood out like leering yellow teeth in the bright light of the low-hanging moon. Scrawny, elvish Charlie Deffer, his shifty eyes darting, ascended the narrow rock-strewn road that bordered the cemetery.
This is the racket. No more going hungry for me or sleeping on hard benches. Those corpses always got rings or some stuff on 'em I can sell.
He muttered aloud just to hear the sound of his voice over the stillness of death. His breath was coming quickly when he pressed open the creaking, wrought iron gate.
There. That's the most impressive grave. Lots of dough went into erecting that, I'll know soon.
Then, crouching, he began to dig feverishly. An hour went by. He trembled and sweated profusely from the effort.
Got to work faster. Somebody might hear me digging. The coffin. I've reached it.
With tremulous fingers, he pulled back the lid and he saw
a ring. A solid gold ring. It's starting to come off. Must be my imagination. I thought the hand moved. I can't get the ring off. No, it can't be. The hand's become a fist, so I can't remove the ring. Oh!
The rush of cold horror blotted out consciousness for only minutes, and when he opened his eyes, he looked into the wrinkled, jaundiced face of a man with a lantern.
Up, man, up, I say! I can't get up. I'm too weak to run away. It's because I haven't eaten in 2 days. I am the caretaker. I saw you while I was doing my rounds. You'll have me arrested, thrown in jail. No, never mind that now. Here, let me help you.
Instead of summoning the authorities, the elderly man, Emil Glossick, led him to his cottage and made him some hot soup and tea. And as he watched Deffer wolfishly consume it,
Are earth possessions so important to you that you resort to ghouling, scrounging the graves of the dead? It means everything. I would lie, steal, cheat, anything to be rich. Yeah, you may have this. It is a key to a strong box with a considerable lot of money and a deed to my house. I don't get it. Why do you give this to me? Only because it is of no use to me. He must be nuts. Or does he have some other reason for giving me this stuff? Now, take what I've given you and leave right away. Oh, I get it now. This junk is worthless. But you've given it to me just to get rid of me. You're scared of me now. But I'm not leaving. I'm sticking around here for the night. Maybe even a few days.
Emil Glossick shrugged stoically as Charlie Deffer pushed his way into one of the rooms. He stretched out on the bed, rather pleased with himself now. He was warm, and his hunger was sated.
This isn't a bad setup I've stumbled into. I notice there's no telephone, so the old guy can't contact anybody without my knowing. Voices.
Wait, we can use it.
Someone's talking with the old man.
He could be useful to us.
The light's so dim. It looks like a lot of strangely cloaked figures.
The new custodian must always be replaced. There must always be a new.
I'll see they mind their own business.
His courage bolstered by a jagged kitchen knife, Deffer threw open the door with a flourish. The cloaked figures heard his step, glimpsed his face, then bolted for the door.
If any of you try to tell the police, I'll... Hey. Who were they? Where are they going? Come on, tell me quick. You are a fool. You're lost. They saw you. That is why I wanted you to leave here. They are the dead. The dead man? You've been hanging around this cemetery so long it's driven you out of your mind.
Suddenly, he heard the grinding of teeth. He glanced at the window and at the ghastly white faces, weird, unworldly, staring at him.
They are dead. What goes on? Contrary to popular understanding, cemetery caretakers are chosen and hired by the dead themselves. I did not apply for this job. The way it happened, a friend of mine quite close passed away. After he was buried, I would come often to the graveyard and remain by the grave. One rainy autumn evening, when I stood alone in the cemetery.
We are a delegation of the dead. We have elected you to be our caretaker.
I have never left since. There is no escaping them. When I shop in town, they go along and watch me. But it is not so bad. It is quiet, peaceful. That is why I gave you the key and the deed. But now, you are doomed.
At that instant, the door opened, and the dead came stalking in to study quivering Charlie.
They won't keep me here. They won't.
He ran and ran, terror quickening his steps. They chased him, garish laughter following after, as though they enjoyed the sport. And when he made town, he ducked into a diner for coffee, feeling secure in the light and company of others. Then he noticed.
They're watching me from the window. I'll go to a hotel. Lock myself in a room where they won't find me.
Look at him. He gets high on plain coffee.
He fled through several hotels and out the back, retracing his path to confuse his pursuers, and then, at last, certain of his evasion, he started for the registry desk in one when...
They're here. I can't shake them. There must be some place I can go where they can't follow. There must be. Yes, I know. It's a desperate measure, but I've got to do it. That cop.
Another harebrained cop hater, eh? I'll take you someplace where you can cool off for a quiet spell.
Convicted of assaulting a law officer, Charlie Deffer was sentenced to the penitentiary, as he had anticipated.
1 year. But it's worth it. I'll be safe. By that time I'll be free of them. And then I'll get that deed and key where I stuck them. After that, I'll never need worry again. If the old man was on the level.
Deffer counted the minutes of each day, suffering an agony of waiting. Waiting. He sought each corner for the ghastly dead sentinels, but they were nowhere to be seen. At last he was released. He went to the deeded house and uncovered the strongbox.
The key fits. Now I'll know at last. It's crammed with greenbacks. Thousands.
With his newly found riches, Charlie Defford renovated the deeded house and stepped himself in unaccustomed luxury. But one unsuspecting night,
The phone. Emil Glossick, you're alone and you want to meet me to give me a key to another strongbox? Yeah, I'll be there. He's alone. That means he's escaped too. So the old goat is still giving things away.
but Charlie Defford was wary just the same. At the appointed rendezvous, he watched the car for a long time before he determined that Glossick was truly alone.
Glossick, I'm here. Where's the key? Come in quickly. We'll drive away from here to be certain we haven't been followed. Hey, wait. You're headed to the cemetery. Stop. Stop! Why can't I squeeze your throat with my hands? Stop! It will do you no good. You're a dead being now. Yes, I was an old man. The new custodian of the dead was designated to be you.
And so it was that Charlie Defford found his niche. He would rummage in the world of the dead, a ghoul trapped by his own avarice. The end.